Season 11 continues to press on, which means that we have certain things ending this week as well as certain things beginning as well. So in today's video, as I do every Monday, I'm going to take a few minutes, go over what those details are, and more importantly, answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. What's up, my YouTube family? Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video, and as I said a moment ago, this is all about going over a few details of what we can expect in the game this week. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and you know about the giveaways here, but I will save that until the end of the video. Now, the first thing I want to mention are the two events that are going to be ending this week, and they are the Bantam League as well as the Reanimated Global event. Now, with the Bantam League, we've had 2 weeks to complete, the entire thing. You can see here I didn't do anything last week, so I do need to play a little catch up, but that shouldn't be a problem by tomorrow. And when we're looking at the global event, I want to once again remind all of you that have been earning stars over the last week, you need to make sure you spend them at the global event vendor by tomorrow, because if you do not, they will be gone. And my friends, they do not transfer from one event to the next. Now, the good thing is we also have a new Manhunt target who becomes available tomorrow. And even though there are no other events going on this initial week that this target is available, remember you are going to get double XP for the first 15 shade levels that you gain. So for those of you that are trying to level up your watch, it's a great time to earn that XP. Moving on, my friends, let's now get into some of the information that the game has been passing along over the last week, starting with the announcement that they are looking for people to join a playtest of upcoming new content for the Division 2. Now you can see here, the game is looking for people to participate in a one-day remote playtest between Tuesday, April 18th and Friday, April 21st. And when you click on the link, they then take you to the massive page which asks you a series of questions. Now, one thing they mention are all of the different requirements you need to meet in order to be able to be considered for the playtest. You can see here they go over the requirements, the test setup, all of that stuff. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering, why is this only on PC? And the main reason for that is because you're actually going to be streaming the game remotely off of one of their computers, and there's no way to access that via console. Now, there are some other things you need to have. You need to have a webcam, you need to have a microphone, and as always, I will leave a link to all of this information in the description down below. Now, another question a lot of you are sending the channel is, what is going on with the Specialization revamp? Have they canceled it? Is it going to happen anytime soon? Because the game brought it up a very long time ago and nothing has transpired. Now, thankfully, someone in our community posed that very question to some of the team members over at the Division, and we did get a response. This is from Polly Hofstein, and he said, hey, this was brought up in the last stream. Nothing imminent. Ultimately, we weren't too happy with the design and decided to look at other ways to accomplish what this set out to do. Now, in my opinion, it means this. There is no timeline right now that we can actually look at and say, oh, this is going to happen. And the main reason I bring this up, and most of you probably know this by now, but timelines in this game have not been best friends. There's been a lot of clashing when it comes to those. And for me, I love this game. That is why I continue to play it. But when it comes to what we can expect in the future, my mindset has become, when I actually see it happening, that's when I'm really going to get amped up and really start talking about it. So again, my friends, this is just my viewpoint. And as always, let me know what you were thinking, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, let me know and I will get back to you as quick as I can. 2 more topics really quick, my friends, then we're going to get into the family feedback section of the video, and that is, what is going on with the PTS? Will we hear an announcement soon? Now, if we look at our current timeline, and again, I always kind of look at all of these things with a grain of salt, we should be getting an announcement in the next 2 or 3 weeks about when we can expect the PTS, which means that's when we're going to be able to test the new game mode Descent. Now, at this point, we have no further information, but as always, once I get something tangible, I will definitely pass it along. Now, the other issue we're having is just really game stability for a lot of players out there. And keep in mind, as I say that, there are players who never deal with any issues whatsoever, but at the same time, we also have a lot of players primarily on PC who are dealing with crashing non-stop. Now, my hope is that between now and whenever the next season comes out, we continue to get these quality of life improvements. And as I've said in previous videos, if you happen to be having an issue with the game, you're not getting anywhere, you're not getting any answers whatsoever, let me know in the comments section. I'll see if I can try to find anything out for for you and help in any way possible. With that being said, my friends, let's now jump into the family feedback portion of the video where I answer some of your questions directly. Now, Kevin here posed a question, and to summarize, it was basically him saying, at what shade level did you notice you had a lot of the exotics that you could collect in the game? Now, always remember, your shade level has no impact whatsoever on the odds if you're getting an exotic to drop, and as far as the actual number goes, there's no way to really tell because you have certain players that have been playing this game since day one, which means they've completed the previous seasons and they've gotten the exotic rewards from that, so that could be one of the reasons they have as many as they do. And other players just jumped into the game recently, they're at shade level 200-300 and they already have a lot of the exotics in the game. It all boils down to luck, consistency, farming, mostly luck, which actually brings me to a point that one of our other family members mentioned, and that is farm in a group. I cannot stress that enough because there are so many times in the game, and this is what I love about our community, where you have players that are jumping into the game just to help other agents farm for things that they do not have as yet. So make sure if you don't have a dedicated group, use random matchmaking, send them a message, because I promise you it will definitely help out with your farming. Now, the final question I want to address today isn't really a question, it's a statement. It's a very kind one from David, and he says, just wanted to say hi and congrats for the great content, but most importantly, the spirit and positive vibes is why I always come back to your videos. Now, one thing I want to make sure I mention, and most of you obviously know this if you're at this channel, yes, I'm a positive person about things, but that does not mean I'm not disappointed with a lot of different things going on in the game. I choose to handle it a different way, and I ask that you do the same here as well. And that does not mean I do not want your feedback, I want your input, I want all of that stuff. If you're frustrated, vent them here, we'll have a conversation, talk about what's going on. But one thing you will never hear me do at this channel at any point is bash someone who works on the game, bash another creator, bash anyone who is just giving their opinion on things. Because remember, that's all this is. I'm not an expert in this game, I do not pretend to be. And one thing I've always done at this channel and will continue to do so is give you a fair and balanced assessment of a game regardless of my own personal gameplay, and that's where your feedback comes in. So let me know what's going on, agents. I sincerely appreciate your support, and as always, questions, comments, feedback, please let me know. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, we are currently having a giveaway at the channel for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced May 4th of this year. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out, but as I mentioned earlier, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, you can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those boarders loaded with SC-62. should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck.